So let's go ahead and put that nice background there just to give a little bit of pizzazz. So back to our journal row, because that's where we want to be. We have our top linear layout, which is this one here. So click there and shows this is the linear layout. Let's make sure. No, this gotta be the top one here, I believe. There we go. That is the one because it's highlighted right now. So at this point here, what we can do real quick here is I'm gonna go ahead and add a background color. I'm gonna say add. So I'm gonna add a color. I don't want a color accent. I want, I believe, the center color that we created earlier. That one there. Very good. Now it looks way, way better. But it would even look cooler if we change the alpha number. So the alpha number allows us to either make this opaque or make it invisible. So from 0 to 1, 1 being totally visible, totally opaque, and 0 being invisible. All right, so I'm going to say alpha, like that, and I'm going to put a number, something like 0.9. Look at that. Or perhaps 0.8, maybe it's better. So you can see there, it looks really nice, but you can also kind of see through what is behind it, as you can see there, right? The image. Okay, so like that, things are looking really good. The next thing I need to look at here is going to be the post journal. All right, so as you can see, everything looks fine, but I'm going to change a few things here. So first of all, let's start with this top name here. So there's a few things perhaps we could do to make this even better. First thing is I can use the actual text appearance, and I'm going to use the style like that, but I want text appearance. All of this from our namespace here. We didn't create this, right? I'm going to say text appearance. I want the text appearance in this case to be display one. So let's go back here. Say text appearance display. So it changed a little bit there. Okay. And next, for our your thoughts here, I want to make it a little bit different. First of all, I'm going to also make it to allow multi-text lines. So instead of an input type here, I'm going to just say text multi-line as such, which means you're going to allow us to break and create multiple lines. That's really good. And I'm going to make it the text appearance as well to be display, I want to say body 2. There we go. Notice a little difference there. And the next thing I want to do here is make sure, let's make this a bit bigger, probably hard to see. I want to make sure that we get rid of these underlines, the lines below there. So that way it's clean and it looks really nice. We're going to have to create another resource file. This resource file we're going to call input outline. So I'm going to come down here and add it, even though we haven't created it yet. I'm going to say background. And it's going to be drawable instead of gradient like that. I'm going to call our input outline. Okay, let's go ahead and create this input outline. I'm going to copy this. Click here. I'm going to just say new, create drawable like that. I'm going to say okay. There we go. We have our input outline there. Very good. So just like before, we have our selector here. We're going to create a shape instead. Say shape. Like this. And of course, inside of a shape here, we're going to add a few things. So let's make sure we're inside. Okay, let's make this a little bit smaller. All right, so outside here, I'm going to go ahead and add a stroke as an item here. And for a stroke, I'm going to put a color. The color I'm going to use is just transparent. So I'm going to say Android transparent. And the width of our stroke surrounding everything, I'm going to say 1 dp. Okay, so not too big. Go ahead and close it like that. And also I'm going to add corner. So I'm going to say corner. I want corners to be what? I'm just going to go ahead and pass radius to have some sort of about 6 dp. And I'm going to close it just like that. Because if we wanted, we could add more items or more attributes to our corner as well as our stroke. So in this case here, we're going to create shape that we can use any other widget so that we'll take this shape. So it's going to go override and show exactly what we wanted to show. All right, let's go ahead and give it a try. So at this point, going back to here, to our activity post, notice now that we have our input outline here. If you look closely, click somewhere else, notice it doesn't have it anymore. No outline anymore, right? So I'm going to copy this and add it on our title like that. And as you can see, it also lost that. In fact, if I wanted, I could actually add, instead of a transparent, I could add a color, say Android color, black like that. If you save, go back here, you notice now all of these guys have the outline, but that's not what I want. Okay, I just want to show you that you can do all sort of things. I'm going to just keep it transparent like that. All right. While I'm here, I'm going to give a general padding here as well of about 15 dp. That way we have more padding around it. So at this point here, I think we should be good. Everything is looking really good. Okay, so I think those are the changes that I wanted. Of course, like always, I encourage you to actually make your own changes or rebrand this entire application. That's how you learn. Okay, so you've learned how to create extra XML that are drawables, that you can create all those different kinds of shapes and strokes and create corners and gradients and so forth. So use these to actually revamp any of your applications that you ever build. It's really handy, as you can see. All right, let's go ahead and just run real quick here so we have, we can actually see if this took effect. There we go, still looking great. Get started. I'm gonna use Gina this time. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Oh, wonderful, I'm logged in. Look at that. Now it just says title there and your thoughts. Very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and add an image. Click there. Hello world, my awesome thought. You notice that I don't like, you notice that this is too small. Let's go ahead and change that. This is going to be inside of post. These are too small. Let me make, I'm going to say text size to about 24 sp. That's too big. How about 19 sp? Like that. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, like this. All right, I think that's going to be probably more helpful. We can play around with that, but I just thought, okay, I like that much better. All right, it's bigger. You can add here another blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add an image again here. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And voila. This is 1 hour ago. This is the one we just added, hello world. So there's only two. And you can see at the top here, it says Gina. And then we have this button here that doesn't do anything yet, which is going to be your challenge. We'll talk about that later. So at this point, everything looks great and works fine. But you notice that we still have that problem where we go back and we can go back to log in. We can't even continue going back. This is not good user interface or navigation. So as we said before, you should remember this because I've reiterated it a few times at this point. What we're going to be doing is to make sure to take advantage of the sessions that Firebase and Firestore or Firebase authorization allows us to do. So in this case, we're going to be able to check the first time they open this application, check if there is a user. If there is a user, meaning they have used this application, meaning they have logged in or at some point they have created an account, we're just going to take them straight to where it matters. In this case, it's going to be a place where they can go ahead and add something, where in this case, write their journal. Okay, so that is indeed what we're going to be doing next to finalize our awesome application.